Hello, hey lifers, hey everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into this video right now. If you are not one or part of my family here, please do not hesitate to click the subscribe button, and definitely if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for the love and support. You guys, I need to be very much honest and transparent with you, as I'm still in a building stage of the channel and the trust with you guys. This video has been so much difficult to make it, to film it actually, because I've been trying more than 10 times and I had to take a break and take a nap also because of the content of it. It has really not been easy for me to fully say, okay, yeah, I'm also going to include this, I'm going to tell everything raw as it is and still painful as it is. But I felt like if I want really to build trust with you guys, and so that some of you who might be going under the same thing or who are planning to have kids, some of you might just be searching about postnatal depression and everything, and you happen to find this video, I want to make sure this video is helpful as much as I can. Getting straight to the title of the video, as you can see down below in the description, I'm going to talk about how I managed postnatal depression and how am I finding parenting. Firstly, postnatal depression for me started as soon as I gave birth, simply because I had a lot of contributing stressors during my pregnancy, which, if I can name a few: financial crisis, families, conflict, and everything. Me personally failing to accept the pregnancy from the very first beginning. I think I started accepting pregnancy at 7 months and upwards, so it has not been easy for me until I gave birth. But what I want to stress out specifically right now is the difficulties that I went through as soon as I gave birth. I'm going to start off with the delivery session. I ended up having C-section because the baby was then tired of pushing. I've been crying for hours in the labor ward, and I was just lying down there on this bed with this belt around my tummy, which those belts I felt they are the reason why my baby was fighting so much like this to come out. I remember there was these white student doctors at that time, because I was supposed to give birth at around 12. I was supposed to give birth around 12, and then this one Nigerian male doctor came, fingered me there and checked how far the baby is, and he's like, it's been hours, your baby's not coming, but instead the baby's fixed wherever the centimeters were at that time. I don't really remember the number of centimeters exactly, and that way he said, you need to consent for C-section. I had watched a number of C-section videos and natural birth on YouTube, and I had made a personal choice that I want to give birth natural because I felt giving birth natural is the easiest one. And after reading and doing so much research about the effect of C-section and everything after giving birth, unfortunately, we plan, God decide. I ended up having a C-section at around 4:30 in the morning. And guys, I normally say I went on labor. I was on labor pain for 24 hours because my water broke the previous day around 4, and I gave birth at exactly 4:30 the following day. So that makes 24 hours. Moving forward, going straight to the title of the video, I faced so much pain, so much difficulties, and the sad part was, after 2 days I came back home. I had to start this new job. 2 days, good people, I had to start this new job. I was like, I can't even move. I couldn't even bath myself at that time. I basically couldn't do anything at that time. I was just always lying in my bed. I didn't even have I didn't have milk in my breast, so I was still trying to pump and everything. Milk was not coming out. So we then decided, we can't make our child hungry for almost 2 days. She needs to start taking baby formula. And at that time we had drawn up a vision board and also how are we going to raise our child, so a lot of things we could not meet up with them because of a number of reasons. Like I've said, I didn't have breast milk, she had to take formula. I thought I'm going to have milk and we'll be able to save some money for some other important things other than giving her formula while I have milk. Eventually I had it, but I don't know what was happening within that first week. But the main things that contributed or became stressors of my postnatal depression, I had to go on work training. That's where everything started. I had to go in Mpumalanga, good people, after 2 days of giving birth. I had to go to Mpumalanga for work training, this new job that I got. I always say rainbow isn't it a rainbow. If you guys understand when does the rainbow comes and what does rainbow symbolizes, she is really representing a true rainbow to me. She just brought so much in my life that I've always been striving for when she was not even there. Okay, so by then I had no choice or any other thing to do. We had to sit down with the baby daddy and make up plans. How are you going to do this and this and this until I came back? And then eventually things fell into place. He managed to take her to 3 days clinic visitation. That was the first appointment my daughter had. Mothers know about this. And he felt so not okay with the hospitality he got from the nurses, the treatment and everything. They were busy asking him questions. Hey, did your woman run away and left the kid? Oh my God, what are you going to do? He said to me, they didn't even give him the opportunity to explain where I am. They were talking as if they already knew what happened to him. So I remember when I called him after the training I had that day, going back to my homestead, like to the place where we were sleeping, I called him and asked him how things went, and he was so not okay. I think he cried, but he didn't tell me. I could feel that it was really horrible, but I thank God he made it through. Fast forward, I came back from the work training. Life started falling into place. I got used to going to work and Rainbow's daily activities before I go to work. And when I come back, mind you guys, I'm raising Rainbow, I am working, I am studying, and not just studying but law. So I felt like, oh my God, what is really happening to me? Should I pause studies? Maybe, because I know some people do that, they maybe for a year or two they fully focus on raising the kids and then continue to study after some time. I said to myself, no, let me just be so much strong and have my hopes high and tell myself that I can do it. I felt like I needed to heal from a lot of things that didn't fall into place in time, so that I'll be able to raise this child the way I want to, and then be able to meet up with the baby daddy duties, because he also decided that he's going to stay at home and take care of our daughter until she's 7 months. Then from 7 months we can then decide whether we take our daughter home or we continue to raise her on our own if everything is okay. So like I've said, since he's a stay-home dad and taking care of Rainbow every day, he was having so much difficulties. He was consulting at home. He's home to his mother, sisters and brothers and everyone. Likewise myself, I could call my mother sometimes. Rainbow is feeling so hot, Rainbow is coughing, Rainbow is sleeping one way, why is she not waking up? A lot of things. We are both first-time parents and experiencing this at the very same time, and we both had to consult as much as we can in order to make it through. By God's grace, we are doing it. But as time goes by, not that I couldn't, pull up myself into order and focus on everything. I felt there was so much big stones on my shoulders, and I was like, where are these things coming from? From where I felt these responsibilities are too much for me and I cannot take them, which led to me consulting to a number of doctors. A lot of finances were involved, and remember, these finances are unplanned, and it really started to drag us down. We couldn't do other things that we had to do for Rainbow, because now I had to pay for this doctor's visit every month and these activities I'm doing with them. I remember this one horrible time I broke down, like literally broke down. I was at work and everything. I started remembering everything. I agree, when the child is still young, there are sleepless nights, nappy changing, feeding at 2, and all those things I knew. So when you're at work, you feel sleepy, and I'm working in correctional center, so you move up and down there. You move. Office time is very less. Most times we're in the cells, within the offices, and doing whatever. So I normally say I run prisons. As in running, not I'm running prisons. I run in prisons, So in the middle of all that, I broke down. Reason why, one of the centers I'm servicing, it's a female center, and I meet a lot of young ladies who couldn't survive postnatal depression, and those ladies ended up in prison for whatever they did to the kids and everything. So I did try to reach out for help, like I've mentioned, the doctors and everything. I couldn't come clean at home, like to my mother, and tell her what am I facing and everything, because I felt like for a number of times she has been calling me, bring the child home. And I said to myself, I know very well my upbringing, and I do not want even a day ukuthi umntanami akhule the same way engikhule ngakhona. So it has been so much for me, so difficult for me to decide that I'm gonna take Rainbow home till today. So a number of times I've been breaking down, crying for no reason, mood swings. Sometimes I don't feel like I don't want my baby daddy anymore. Sometimes I don't even feel like changing the nappy, feeding her, and my baby daddy is there doing almost everything. Sometimes on weekends especially, I would just want to sleep and not do anything, and from nowhere start crying. I had very bad experience with this because I felt like I didn't know it is going to pass at a certain stage. I thought it is here to stay. I was like, how am I going to live so miserable with my child? And what is it that I'm going to be able to do or not do? But my child needs me to do everything that the child needs. I'm raising this infant, and this child is relying on me 100%. If I don't want to feed the child, if I don't want to bath her, if I don't want to change the nappy, I'm really not meeting up with my daughter's needs. And at that time, it was not paining me because I was so much angry. Other than not being angry, I felt like I'm just not going to do it, and that's it. And Tino came through all the time and did everything. So yeah, for me to, I think how I survived it or managed it, or how I'm even still managing it, because postnatal depression starts from birth to 6 to 7 months, and my daughter is going to be 7 months in a week from today, and I'm so much thankful to God for that. How I survived it, like I've said, I consulted with a number of doctors, which costed me unplanned finances. I also thought jogging, taking a walk would help, because this surrounding that I have right now, I don't have friends, I don't really talk to much people, so it was just me and my problems, but I'm really managing quite well. I thank God for my baby daddy. He is everything you could ever ask for from a man. He is 100% supportive, and honestly, I do not know how I was going to make it without him. Like I've said, I'm very sorry I cannot have him. He is still not ready, to talk about such, because we sat down and talked about this topic and everything, and I asked him what is it that he would like to share with you. Can he share his experience from Timo's birth till today? And he was like, why do you want me to bring all this thing up now? And I felt like, okay, he's trying to suppress a number of things and move on from them and forget them, and here I am trying to pull them up and remind him, remember we couldn't sleep, remember Timo was crying whole day and whatnot. So I said to him, no, I really respect that you cannot be on the video, and I fully support that you do not be. I'm also not doing this because I've fully recovered. I'm only doing this because I've already started. with my story time, and I need to finish it. I need to keep the promise and everything. But I want to tell all ladies out there, it is not easy at all. Whether you're first time up, this doesn't only affect first time moms, even third, fourth, it happens. The stage that is there, that it happens. But it normally happens if you don't have enough support, if you don't have enough strength, if you don't trust yourself so much that you can do it. That's exactly what was happening to me. And then moving forward to parenting, which is my favorite part, my favorite thing currently. The only thing I always wake up to, is to see what Rainbow needs. She needs to bath, she needs to take medication, she needs to play, she needs to learn to crawl, she needs to start grabbing things and do that one. She needs her teething biscuits. That is what I always look forward to every day. What is it that Rainbow needs to develop and everything. So parenting for me, it is quite an amazing journey, because I've never thought I'll be a parent anytime soon, for that matter. So having Rainbow and seeing all this, when do I mean, I'm like, wow, God, you really exist. And I honestly feel like this is the only stage where I'm being tested, and I need to prove myself that I can do it. So parenting for me, it is such an amazing journey. I am enjoying every single moment of it. I love my daughter so much with my whole heart, and the only reason now I am striving so much in everything that I'm doing, work related in life. I'm also studying. I really need to uplift myself academically, so that I don't want my daughter to grow up and having questions that I cannot be able to answer, for that matter, because that will mean I did not learn from my past experience, my upbringing and everything. But what I feel like I'm pressurizing myself into is I am trying to modify me into Rainbow. That's the biggest mistake I'm making. I am supposed to bring the best out of Rainbow. Yes, it's okay to prevent her from a number of things that I went through that I couldn't prevent at that time because I was young. So, like for instance, like Rainbow being an environment of a number of people, and whatever they're discussing, not seeing who, no man, there's a child here, we can't discuss this, no, we can't do this, there's a child here, no, we cannot specifically do this to a child. So I'm trying to prevent all those things for Rainbow. I remember when I take her to her first in this COVID-19, this pandemic, I took her to one of these nursery homes. I wanted her to see kids because she has never seen kids. I took her there for a day. I wanted to see kids. I didn't want her to see mommy and daddy, and she couldn't cope. She couldn't. They had to call me and say, oops, you really need to work hard on your child. She needs to start seeing kids, show her kids on the phone, on the laptop and everything. Then she will then adapt when she see kids in the physical. So that's what I'm still trying to work on. Rainbow only knows mommy and daddy. Only knows mommy and daddy. And I'm happy about that, because I didn't see any problem with that, because I was raised by a single mother. Till today, I know nothing about my father. So I so much want my daughter to have a father in her life. And I thank God that she has a father, and the father is way of what I wanted him to be. His responsibilities, he's doing them. I am super excited to have him so much, not just for me personally, but him being there for our daughter. Yeah, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much once again. Please, if you are new here, do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, returning subscribers, I would like any feedback or comment from you guys. Other than that, to new time moms, guys, we've got this. We can do this. And obviously by putting God so much first hand, actually, in everything that we do, and everything will just fall into place. Thank you so much once again, guys, for watching this video. Bye.